What's up? What's up? What's up? We are live for the Tulum Adventure Dating Experiment decision. This is kind of a big moment. I couldn't do this alone. I was going to just film a regular update, and I felt like I just couldn't do it. And so I've enlisted my own personal Andy Cohen, Kaylin McDuff, good friend, colleague, amazing coach, the host of the Any Way You Want It podcast, the creator of the Cocoon for women. Kaylin is going to join me right now, and she's going to kind of facilitate this conversation about the end, what I'm going to call the end of phase one, which was us choosing an amazing woman out of the so many women that put themselves out here to do this with me. How the final choice, where we're at, and here's Kaylin. I'm gonna bring her in. Kaylin, welcome. How do I?
Yes.
Let me bring you in here. What's
All
up?
right. Hello. Oh my gosh, this is a very special moment. I hear that you have some news for us. What can you tell us about where we are in the process?
So, let's just go. I'll go the quick. So Friday I went on a date with an incredible woman who I was actually like really surprised and blown away by. I liked her more than I thought I would. And that's not about anything bad. It's just like, I felt like I hadn't fully connected with her until the date. And I walked away Friday night being like, oh my God, what if there's two incredible people? And I was like really stressed out. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And what if the judges, like, you know, I don't get to make the decision, the judges do. And then I went on another date on Saturday with the other woman and had another incredible date. And this woman I had been connecting with a little bit longer, like online beforehand. And again, like another great date. And at the end of the two dates, I felt really clear who I thought was the winner. And the cool thing was, it wasn't about anything bad. It wasn't like, oh, I don't like a person. It was genuinely like, I felt there was just more depth, more connection, more shared vision about the future, and felt pretty confident in that. And then I got to share all this with the judges, and the judges came back and basically agreed with me and saw all the same things. Nobody objected. Everybody thought all the other people involved were great, but they agreed, and we had a winner. Now, I want to say this. We're not going to share her name or who she is at the moment. You will get to find out, but we're just not going to share it at the moment because she really requested that like we get a minute to just like be with this and get to know each other before, you know, just before it was kind of out there. So if you're following along, this is the end of phase one. A woman has been chosen. She's incredible. She's great. I'm really excited. And the beginning of phase two, right, is us getting to start dating and see where this goes before we even go to Tulum. But that's kind of where we're at. And it feels really good to have like the pressure of like the decision be over.
Yeah. What say more about the feeling? Because, you know, to give people perspective, for some of you might be just tuning into this. Some of you might be people that have been following this since the beginning, but this has been what, like 4-5 week process. I mean, you've been sort of energetically opening yourself to this for some time now. So I'd love to just like feel more about like just the experience of, oh, like we made a decision.
Yeah. When I got on the phone with my mom yesterday to share with her the update, she was like, "You sound exhausted." And I was like, "I am exhausted."
Yeah.
And there's other stuff right in my life too, right? I run a business, I have clients, I'm actually an escrow on a new place. So there's a lot of things at one time, which is always often the way life is. But I think the like getting to know a lot of people really intentionally requires a ton of vulnerability. Sharing with people online requires a ton of vulnerability. People were getting really invested and curious, and I was trying to answer questions. I was also trying really hard to respect everyone involved and not like say anything that would hurt someone's feelings unintentionally or make someone feel, you know, not good. So it felt like I was like holding a lot
Mm-hmm.
of like juggling a lot of balls in terms of my feelings, other people's feelings, getting to know a lot of people, having people bring their vulnerabilities, right? Almost every woman that I was like getting to know was like, hey, it's weird to get to know somebody as he's getting to know other people and have it be so public, right? It's not like when you're
Mm-hmm.
dating, you don't really talk about dating other people when you're dating someone. So yesterday I felt completely depleted. Today I feel like re-energized, like it's the beginning of something new. And through the
Mm-hmm.
process, it was these waves. It was like these up waves of excitement, like, oh my God, I'm really connecting with someone. I really like them. Maybe this is them. And then there'd be these drop offs where I'd be like, oh, I don't know. Or I like two or three of the people. Or the judges at one point were like, saw something for me with one of the people that I didn't see something for.
Mm-hmm.
And that was
Mm-hmm.
a little challenging.
Yeah, well, as your good friend that's been deeply involved in this process with you and really seeing this through, that is one of the things that has been so striking to me is how much support you've gotten, right? And I know that many of these women have gotten too, to like be held in community as you are dating. Like this is not a thing that we do in the world, you know? So I love that. Um, let's see. We were going to make this fairly short and sweet, but I do want to know just some of your desires. You have what, 6 weeks until you go to Tulum with the winner. So, what are some of your desires for how you want to use this time intentionally?
Yeah, it's an interesting moment also because of just everything that's going on. This month is insane for me with a house. I have my friend who's actually getting married, his bachelor party. My brother has a bachelor party this month. So there's like all these things, and I have to be really intentional about. I also get the opportunity to get to know this person amidst or amongst all this. So I'm not going to have to, I want to make some trips up to LA to get to know her better. I want to introduce her to the couple that's getting married so they can feel good about like the person that could be coming to
Mm-hmm.
their wedding. We also get to partner on some cool things. She was pretty surprised when I was like, hey, I need your flight info. I need your passport info. And I was like, and we get to look at some hotels together because I actually booked more than one hotel and you get to make some choices, right? What kind of things do you
Yeah.
want to do? And that's important for me to do this in partnership. This is not like my trip that somebody gets to go on. This is like an our trip. So there's
Mm-hmm.
desires to get to know them. There's desires to get to co-create something that we're both going to really enjoy. Um,
Mm.
and I think there's this really a strong desire to set ourselves up so that this trip is just like an amazing experience. I kind of see it as typically in dating, we meet someone, we do the dating, and then like 4 to 6 months into dating someone, people will take a trip together, right? They'll do something like that.
Yeah.
And we're getting it like in a month. We get like a crash course in the intensity, but we also get to slow down because we're not in the same city. It's not like we can just like hop in bed together and like rush
Mm-hmm.
everything else. So we get this really intentional time of getting to know each other, but then we also get this moment where we are going to be thrown in the same place for 12 days and see how we are together.
Mm-hmm. Ah, it's so beautiful. I'm so excited to just see, where this goes to, and just everything that you create. That's the other thing I'm so present to is how every single step of this process has been so intentional and so expansive and full of possibility. I feel like I sound cheesy saying that, but it is genuinely true. I'm like, the energy field that you created through this, I can feel it. It's palpable. So, is there anything else that you want to share in terms of what's next before we start to wrap this thing up?
I think the only thing I feel like I really need to share is just how grateful I am, because I may have
Mm,
envisioned this whole thing with Brittany, my cousin, and then friends got involved, you being one of them. But like the women made this thing possible, right? Like I did not, all of the women made this possible because I can't do this myself. I had so many breakthroughs. I had so much cool shit I got to bring to my coach and my therapist that I had to work
yeah.
through. So this 5 week, people keep saying to me, could you do this for me? Can we do this? And I'm like, I don't know that everyone would want to have this experience. This was
Mm-hmm.
a incredibly growth. This was I got thrown in the fire around a lot of my dating and relationship stuff. And I had to be with it because I created it. I couldn't run away. I couldn't just drop out and be like, this is over.
Yeah.
And I got to be with women that were like dropping out. I got to be with women that were like, this is uncomfortable. I got to be with women that were like, no, or yes, or whatever. So I just really want to thank all of the women that participated. I'm super grateful for them because all of you in different ways like changed my life and impacted my life. I also want to thank everyone that like played a part on social media that was like, tell us more. We want to know more. Give us updates. And people that shared it, you know, in their offices and their communities with their moms. I'm just super grateful because this is such a process that got co-created by a lot of people, not just me.
Yeah. Gorgeous. Well, all right, my friend. I'm just so excited for you. Thank you for like sharing this possibility with the world, and thank you for sharing your heart. It feels so good.
Thanks for Kaylin. Thanks for kind of like facilitating this conversation with me. And I think the last thing I just want to say is, I can't tell you when you'll find out who this woman is, but I feel fairly confident that you will get to find out in the near future. And I also want to share that I will continue to give updates. Like I am going to continue to give updates on the dating, on the getting to know each other, on this process, which I view as phase 2, and then phase 3 in Tulum. And I'm hoping, I shouldn't even say I'm hoping, I just have this gut feeling, and knowing her to the extent that I do, that she's going to want to kind of share some things when she's ready. So you're going to get to meet her and know her and experience her side of this. And I should also say, like, hey, if there's any women that did this experiment and you want to share, and you want to actually have a conversation, that's a possibility too, because I think there's so much that we all can learn. So thank you to everyone. Thanks, Kaylin, for being here, and please keep hang on and enjoy the ride with us as we continue to go on it.
Awesome. All right.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.